going to use all three techniques on the same piece of paper. I start with waxing technique. To create waxing texture, I use a plain white candle and draw a pattern on the paper. Next, I move to applying salt technique. In order to make this technique work, I need to use quite dark, saturated, but not much dissolved with watercolor paint, and also darker tone color. In this instance, I'm applying saturated cobalt blue. In the meantime, I start with sponging. This is a technique in which colors are laid on the paper with a sponge rather than a brush in order to create texture. The same technique is used in watercolor painting on dampen or on dry paper, depending on the final effect you want to achieve. Continue with waxing. I apply saturated dark tone color on top of the waxed area. Wax drawing is coming through the color as it stays uncovered, creating a different textured effect. You can use this effect when you want to emphasize parts of your painting or leave uncovered some light area of your watercolor. And now we are brushing all salt off the color. Salt absorbs the color, and after it's been removed, it leaves a slightly textured effect on the paper. Spattering is another watercolor technique in which paint is flicked into the paper in order to create texture. This technique produces a semi-random effect with lots of interesting dots and splashes of color. Artists usually use a comb or a toothbrush to produce dotted splashes on the paper. This technique can be used in the middle ground or background when you don't want to paint small objects like flowers or leaves, for example, in detail. You can be very creative with this technique.